Blackish fam, I hope all is well in your corner of the world. Man, really excited about this one. We're going to continue getting into King Los. Someone said, yo, you got to check out the 4-piece nugget. And they sent me a group of songs. I guess they're freestyles that together they have a meaning. So really excited. The last one, I feel like I missed something. We did the Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See. Um, and I like the overall theme, but there definitely seemed to be an underlying theme about maybe the solar system or planets or the universe, where I thought he might have referenced Pluto at the end. So really excited to get into this one. Hopefully I'm viewing them in the correct order. Not really too sure. I just pulled up Survival of the Fittest, King Los. It looks like it doesn't have a video. So let's get right into it. I'll try to put these together too at the end so we can listen to them all together, see if there's a common theme. Oh, I like this beat. What is this? This is Mob Deep.
Yo, I am now in my zone. I couldn't help but notice this certain sound in your tone that I birthed and found on my own. Excuse me if I get confused with these other.
I gotta learn more about his beef. I didn't really know a lot about King Los. From what I hear, there was some beef with some cat named Sue or something like that, and maybe possibly Kendrick Lamar. And I swear, there's always, because maybe it's because I'm picturing Kendrick Lamar. They look and sound so similar. But look how he came out, right? He said, I couldn't help but notice there's something in your tone that sounds like something that I birthed and what did he say? And came up with on my own, right? He's like, why are you biting me? And it sounds like he's calling someone out on that. I can only think of Kendrick, even though I might not be right. Let's let it ride again. Damn, he's got the order of this right here in the back. Give up the goods, which I think we've already broken down. Survival of the Fittest, so this is the second one. We just did Hands Where My Eyes Can See, and we already did Lemon Pepper Wing. So maybe we could just got to combine these in a way, and I'll definitely take another look. I didn't realize it was right here.
Yo, I am now in my zone. I couldn't help but notice this certain sound in your tone that I birthed and found on my own. Excuse me if I get you confused with these other dudes, but you all appear the same when I'm looking down from my throne.
Looking down from my throne, he's saying, yo, I'm the king of this shit, right? He's sunning everyone. Oh, high and mighty face, right? Again, I can't help but think of Kendrick, right? King Kunta, right? And that one of his songs, and then he had what was that one he had recently with the dude that's his cousin, where he says, don't address me unless it's with 4 letters. And I imagine he's talking about king, right? Not dick or cunt or live or some other 4-letter word, right? I imagine it's king. That's the first thing that comes to mind. But he's saying, I'm looking down from my throne like, yo, bro, you got it twisted.
With these other dudes, but you all appear the same when I'm looking down from my throne. What distinguishes you from these other niggas I grew when I am legend? You robotic and look and sound like a clone. This ain't
Ooh, you're right. He said, what distinguishes you from other motherfuckers that I've worked with, right? We already know that he was a coach on that show with Chance, T.I., Cardi B, and he helped, what was that rapper, D Smoke, who's from the West Coast. D Smoke was nominated for a Grammy or whatever, some major award. I don't know if it was necessarily a Grammy, but it was definitely not, a high-end nomination. That was somebody that he's coached, but he could also be talking about people that he wrote for. Let's listen.
These other niggas I grew when I am legend. You robotic and look and sound like a clone.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like a reference to Will Smith, right? Will Smith's movies, I Am Legend, where they have it's like a doomsday scenario, and he's like the last man standing with his type of dog is that those you normally see a German Shepherd, right? Him and a German Shepherd. But also he said this could be a reference to iRobot, right? With iRobot, because he said you look and sound like a clone. iRobot is where they have multiple robots that look the same. And they're all so similar. So again, it could be talking about people biting his style. He said also what do you say, you robot, right? Instead of I robot. Which is it just goes to show. I don't know if that's too much of a reach. It definitely sounds like he's referencing Will Smith there, especially with the talk about clones.
Excuse me if I get you confused with these other dudes, but you all appear the same when I'm looking down from my throne. What distinguishes you from these other niggas? I
right here.
Like legend, you robotic and look and sound like a clone. This ain't David and Goliath, you crazy playing with giants. When I die,
ooh, it's in David and Goliath, right? The obviously the biblical story with David and Goliath, the giant, and the little boy hits him with the slingshot. It's normally used as a story now to say the underdog can sometimes win. But if you listen to what he's saying, I'm not the underdog. You're the underdog. You're crazy playing with a giant, right? When I first thought, I'm like, King Los, if you're going up somebody like Kendrick, you're the underdog. But hear what he's saying, like, nah, it's not fair for him. Don't mind me.
This ain't David and Goliath, you crazy playing with giants. When I die petrified and turn the mountains to stone. It ain't no niggas like me on planets that you live.
See, the planet talk, right? We were just talking about the universe and talking about Pluto. I wonder if he's going to tie that back in with this freestyle.
When I die petrified and turn the mountains to stone, it ain't no niggas like me on planets that you live. And I know it's only one Tupac cause I'm too big. Now can I bust like niggas that squeeze guns? And I know it's only one Tupac cause I'm too big. Now can I bust like niggas that squeeze guns? When them last two lines in itself had 3 puns. Jesus.
Ooh, yo, sick. He said, what he said is only one, he said one Pac too big. And I'm like, okay, he's obviously talking about Pac and he's talking about Biggie. But notice he didn't say which big. He could be talking, he said too big. Obviously referencing the 1, 2, right? The numeral version of like you're counting. But he could be saying like Tupac, but obviously there's only one Pac, but 2 bigs. He could be talking about Big L and Big Pun, right? And Biggie for that matter. But maybe this is maybe he's low-key listing his favorites or his top MCs, right? Like Tupac is number 1, Biggie's number 2. But I could have swore he said, I think there was a reference to cannabis.
Squeeze guns when them last 2 lines Tupac cause I'm too big. Now can I bust like niggas that squeeze guns?
Yeah, Cannabis. Cannabis was a rapper really that, 90s, I want to say early 2000s, but he was never quite in the game, right? He's got some hits and he's super lyrical, so I wouldn't be surprised if King Los looked up to him. I mean, he absolutely destroyed LL Cool J when they were battling, right? So this really could be, it really could be like his top 3, right? Cannabis. We actually have a breakdown of that track. He says, "Yo, you better give me the respect that I deserve, or I'm gonna take it by force. Blast you with the 45 Colt, make you somersault." What does he say? It's about who strikes the hardest, not who strikes first. That's why I laugh when I hear that whack ass verse. That shit was the worst rhyme I ever heard in my life, because the greatest rapper of all time died on March 9th. God bless his soul, rest in peace, kid. It's because of him. Now at least I know what beef is. It's not what I would call this. See, this is something different. A faggot nigga trying to make a living off of dissing. Something because he's feeling himself because he got more cheddar than him, but he ain't got the skills to eat a nigga ass like him. He just destroys him. And he comes in with the, he comes off, he's like, you really want to show off? We can get it on live in front of the cameras on your own sitcom. I'll let you kick a verse. Fuck it, I'll let you kick them all. I even wait for the studio audience to applaud. Because LL Cool J at the time had a show that was pretty popular. So he just destroyed this cat. And it was all because of this this mix, this 4-3-2-1 mix with, they had DMX, Method Man, a bunch of dudes on it. And supposedly LL Cool J waited until Cannabis's verse before he laid his, and he was talking shit about him. And Cannabis was like, and LL was like, I'll make a rap for every syllable in your name. And he had a track called Can I Bust? And that's why it stood out here, because he said, Can I Bust? But he might be, it sounds like he's definitely naming rappers. Are they his favorites? I don't know what the what the meaning is of it yet.
Bust like niggas that squeeze live. And I know it's only 1 Tupac cause I'm too big. Now can I bust like niggas that squeeze guns? When them last 2 lines in itself had 3 puns. G son, I just black on niggas, I ain't your faithful.
Hey, he could be referencing Jeezy, right? He said, G son. I don't know. That one could be a stretch, but he could be referencing Young Jeezy. Hey, kind of Young Jeezy. Wanna take it easy.
I know it's only 1 Tupac cause I'm too big. Now can I bust like niggas that squeeze guns? When them last 2 lines in itself had 3 puns. G son, I just black on niggas, I ain't your faithful. Now I'm down for life just to snap on niggas. Cause you ain't used to this, your music is putrid, it's my turn. You niggas uterus, but I'ma play stupid till y'all learn like.
See, he could be shouting out rappers, right? I don't know if the Jeezy, one might be a stretch, but we got who so far? Tupac, possibly Biggie, Big L, Big Pun. We get Cannabis. And what did he just say? He said, you niggas uterus. It made me think of Baby, right? You think of Baby, Lil Wayne, Baby, Hot Boys, Cash Money, Young Money Records, right? I don't know. Let's let it ride and listen.
Used to this, your music is putrid, it's my turn. You niggas uterus, but I'ma play stupid till y'all learn like, move, bitch, get out the way.
Luda.
Look like ludicrous sideburns.
Yeah, that's Ludacris. He's talking about this. So he's definitely calling out or naming rappers. Ludacris, man, back in the day, back in my day, like I graduated, I went to college in 2000, August of 2000. Ludacris was it. Right, this man, and Luda don't play. He might be in movies and stuff, but I guarantee most of these rappers don't want it with Luda. Luda can be very lyrical, very well spoken too. One of my favorites is he had this song. It wasn't his song. It was Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, Bia Bia, featuring Luda, and I just love his doo 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 doo. I used to ride around school with 312s in the back, turned around in a little Nissan Sentra, just wanging. Bah, 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 bah. What was that? We'll pour out the Henny, Coke, and fire up that dro. It's Ludacris off Old National and Godby Road. The block is so clear that I shocked the globe. I clocked the hose, lock dudes and drop them bows. Rock the shows, pop lock and knock your nose. You B.I. grab my 4-4 and mop the flow. They claim they caught me at the dock with a flock of snow. And then he said, "What, your girl mad because she told me don't even bring the thing." And then I told her, I said, "It's cool, get at me." And then my voice got raspy because I was smoking on some Cali and my eyes were dazed. I was in the zone, could have thrown up them trays. If you lost, Little John's got some East Side ways. That was just man. B.I.B.I. is that cut. It hits. If you got speakers in the trunk, B.I.B.I. is it. I swear.
Ooh, bitch, get out the way.
So is that move, bitch?
I'm out the mud, out the dirt, the gutter curb in the street. The silencer on my heat, but it's still disturbing the peace.
Ooh, that's another reference. Disturbing the peace. It was actually the label that Luda's on, but they actually created that label because Luda couldn't get a major record deal back in the late 90s. So Luda, it was like his manager and his manager's buddy or his manager's cousin. They created DTP, Disturbing the Peace. They eventually signed Shauna, Bobby Valentino, right? Bobby Valentino. I think he might be on Mrs. Officer, but I haven't heard from Bobby Valentino since yesteryear.
Gutter curb in the street, the silencer on my heat, but it's still disturbing the peace. All you do is rap urban facades, and that's generic, bitch. I'm like a more esoteric version of God. I'm the bird box.
Esoteric. Again, he's showing his intellect, right? That's really something that's only understood by a select group, if you would. Very similar to his rap. Like we were saying, you got to be this tall to handle this ride. Unfortunately, this isn't height, it's intellect. To really understand his references, you have to have a grasp on different reference points. And again, we talk about this in a lot of videos, but different artists, sometimes it takes a few tracks of listening. Like when I first heard King Los or Lupe Fiasco or Black Thought even, is it a cultural reference? Is it political? Is it religious? I would say hip hop references, social references are probably my specialty. Definitely some history. I definitely got a good grasp on that. My worst is religious references. I can get the general King James, LeBron James, New Testament. I get all that. But when they start referencing places or stories in the Bible, that's definitely something I'm not as strong with.
Urban facades and that's generic, bitch. I'm like a more esoteric version of God. I'm the bird box that you bird brains cannot ignore. I'm dragging bird niggas for thinking.
He said I'm the bird box that you bird brains couldn't ignore. Bird brains is just another way of saying that somebody is stupid, right? Their brain is very small. And of course, normally the larger the brain, the more intellectual the person. So bird brain, just you have a little rock for a brain. But Bird Box, that's that movie with old girl from Speed. I forget, Julia, is that Julia? Not Julia Roberts. Sandra Bullock. Bird Box, it's really something where they talk about mental health. There's an underlying message to that movie as well. It's actually intellectual in itself. But Bird Box, we're told during the movie that there's this unseen force that if you stare directly into it, then you're going to get overwhelmed with the suggestion of suicide. And it sounds crazy, but basically they start walking around with tying bandanas around their eyes, which actually ties into the wordplay. I think it was on the last, was it on the Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See, where he's referencing the bandana, the red bandana that Pac wears on the front. But with Bird Box, it just shows how easily people can get influence with how people believe in something, and they start segregating the group up by the them and the us, and how people start interacting. And some people really aren't crazy, but there's an underlying meaning to it. But Bird Box, basically, they're trying not to see anything, which I think is the wordplay here.
Urban of peace, all you do is rap urban facades, and that's generic, bitch. I'm like a more esoteric version of God. I'm the bird box that you bird brains cannot ignore.
Yeah, because they try to ignore looking directly at it, but the film is also one of the underlying messages is that we're in a culture now where if we don't look, it won't affect us. So if we see something and somebody needs help, a lot of times we're trying to turn a blind eye, if you would. And we're not helpful to each other.
Like a more esoteric version of God. I'm the bird box that you bird brains cannot ignore. I'm dragging bird niggas for thinking they dinosaur. I'm about 3.
What did he say? I'm dragging buried niggas for thinking they're dinosaurs.
Urban facades and that's generic, bitch. I'm like a more esoteric version
Michael
of
Moore.
God. I'm the bird box that you bird brains cannot ignore. I'm dragging bird niggas for thinking they dinosaur. I'm about 3.
Ooh. I'm dragging bird or buried?
Facades and that's generic, bitch. I'm like a more esoteric version of God. I'm the bird box that you bird brains cannot ignore. I'm dragging bird niggas for thinking they dinosaur. I'm about 3.
So maybe dragon and buried meaning fossils, fossilized like dinosaurs. I'm not quite getting the reference. Let me know if you guys see where he's going with that. Let me know in the comments if you could.
You bird brains cannot ignore. I'm dragging bird niggas for thinking they dinosaur.
Oh. Okay, he's a dragon for bird niggas that think they're dinosaurs, so maybe they think they're bigger than they are, when really they're just birds. They're not dragons. Bird tying it with Bird Box.
I'm the bird
and
box
bird brain.
Bird brains cannot ignore. I'm dragging bird niggas for thinking they dinosaur. I'm about 3 stories too high to compare prodigals. Interdimensional being gifted with rare molecules.
Ooh, say more space talk.
About 3 stories too high to compare prodigals. Interdimensional being gifted with rare molecules. Why would I dare follow you when I can wrap around itself like DNA twisted to hair follicles?
Remember what we said, there was a lot of talk about wrapping and twisting in the previous rhyme as well.
Why would I dare follow you when I can wrap around itself like DNA twisted to hair follicles? 1 pop, 2 big, 3 pop.
And rap, that's another a homophone, right? Rap and rap, W-R-A-P versus R-A-P, like you wrap your dick up with a condom or wrap up lunch with saran wrap versus rapping lyrically like he's doing here.
Wrap around itself like DNA twisted to hair follicles. 1 pop, 2 big, 3 punch, crime pace, counting up 4 M's, rolling up 5 J's. You Kelly and
Ooh, 4 M's, 5 J's. 4 M's, 5 J's. That's Michael Jordan. I was going with Michael Jackson. But that's Michael Jordan. He's talking about number 4-5. That was on his return to basketball. He didn't wear the number 23.
Too big, 3-punch, crime pace, counting up 4 M's, rolling up 5 J's. You Kelly and Michelle ass niggas, I'm done playing.
Ooh, that's Kelly. What is it? Kelly Williams? Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland. Put your hands all over me, baby. You didn't stop this, right? Kelly Rowland, Michelle Williams were formerly of Destiny's Child, where Beyonce was the superstar, right? That evolved from that group, but her dad was also the manager. It sounds like there's definitely another reference here. So not really, it can't be his top MCs if he's also referencing Michelle Williams and Kelly Rowland, but maybe he's just referencing. Because look, there's the MJ reference, right? That's Michael Jordan. He could be referencing Michael Jackson too and tying it in with Michael Jordan with the 4-5. But earlier we thought he was referencing Will Smith, but I guess Will Smith's not just an actor. He was a hip hop artist when he was much younger. And Ludacris is an actor and a hip hop artist as well. So there's definitely, I guess, Tupac, and Big has a movie, but he didn't really act. Beyonce is definitely had some acting roles. So I guess I was wondering, could there be a tie between acting and like singing and performing, and is that the connection?
DNA twisted the hair follicles. 1 pop, 2 big, 3-punch, crime pace, counting up 4 M's, rolling up 5 J's. You Kelly and Michelle ass niggas, I'm done playing. I rap shit that y'all can't think is Beyonce. You ever see?
Ooh, it's Beyonce. That's a wordplay for Beyonce. We were just referencing the rest of Destiny's Child with Michelle and Kelly Rowland, right? So he just tied it all together. So he's definitely talking about Beyonce.
Tell ass niggas I'm done playing. I rap shit that y'all can't think is Beyonce. You ever see a pattern that keep combating itself? When I sat back and mastered the secret facets of health, imperfection is perception and we attach it to wealth. Then the riches is the niggas the people naturally felt. As we attach it to perception and we attach it to wealth, then the riches is the niggas the people.
Then the richest or the bridges?
Facets of health, imperfection is perception, and we attach it to wealth. Then the riches is the niggas the people naturally felt. As we attach it to data, was we can actually help. As I'm attached to the magic, my deepest tragedy dealt. If energy made matter, you don't give it energy, it don't matter. Now that secret was deepest matter itself. I'm living.
Ooh, you don't give it energy, it don't matter, right? Energy and matter together. Energy makes matter. If you don't give that energy, like if you don't pay it any mind, it's not gonna affect you. That's sick.
Energy make matter, you don't give it energy, it don't matter. Now that secret was deepest matter itself. I'm lyrical rap goals, my spiritual map goes by the binary code of ethereal black holes.
Ooh, the black holes, right? He's talking about again something. He's talking about matter. He's talking about black holes again, tying it into the solar system or the planets.
Antennas ain't strong, so your channels ain't acting right. Same cognitive dissonance of ethereal black holes. Your antennas ain't strong, so your channels ain't acting right. Same cognitive dissonance that the Africans had to fight. How you demon
cognitive dissonance. Who says that, right? In a freestyle. This is like when you have they're inconsistent thoughts or beliefs, but it's in relation to your behavior, right? So like somebody who like you might hate crime in Chicago, but you love listening to the hip hop station that really plays a lot of crime and violence on the radio station in Chicago. A lot of people say, you like when you're vegan. Actually, he's vegan, right? So that's what it's like confusion, or some people might say that you're a hypocrite. When you're a vegan but you eat fish, let's say. Variations of that. It sounds like that's where he's going with it.
Same strong, so your channels ain't acting right. Same cognitive dissonance that the Africans had to fight. How you demonize me because I'm vegan and call me evil when every time that you eat it's an animal sacrifice. I'm nice.
Ooh. Yo, I like it. I still don't know what there's definitely universe, solar system, planetary wordplay. But if I go backwards or from the start, there was the I Am Legend, Well, let's see if we can go from the back. It was Beyonce, right? Where he said Beyonce or something like that, a different variation of that. Beyonce, right? So that was Beyonce, Michelle Williams, Kelly Rowland, um, MJ, which could be Michael Jackson, but there could be wordplay there with Michael Jordan because he also said the 4-5, which was Michael Jordan's number. Um, he said that it's definitely a big pun because he's talking about the different puns in the lines ahead. So I'm thinking big pun, but he also said there were two bigs or three bigs. That's Big L, right? Big pun and Biggie. He referenced Tupac, or he said one Pac, or some or a variation, but he definitely referenced Tupac. He referenced Ludacris talking about his sideburns, but also DTP, also Move Bitch, Get Out the Way, right? I think he referenced Baby from Cash Money, Young Money when he referenced the uterus. Most people think of Baby. And then earlier in the track, he said something like G's something, G's son. But the way he said it kind of sounded like he might be saying Jeezy. Could be reaching. Definitely Cannabis, where he said, Can I Bust? He went back in the chorus talking about Big L or Biggie and Pac. And then really in the beginning, he had the I Am Legend and I Robot references where he was referencing Will Smith. So, sick. I think, if I had to go through them, I would say everybody except for Big Punisher is black, right? Big Pun was Puerto Rican, if I'm not mistaken. But sick wordplay. Definitely didn't think he would be name dropping as many people. Let me know if you think I missed any, because I'm listening to this. I'm trying to do a breakdown. It's my first time hearing it. I'm sure if we played it back a few times, we'd catch different things. But really excited to do this one. And now I think we did all of them, right? It says right here, give up the goods, survival of the fittest, hands where my eyes can see, lemon pepper wings. I think we should do a video playing all of these back to back to back to back. And then we can see what we might be missing here. If you guys are fans of King Los, man, show some love, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to continue breaking down his work and doing a thorough breakdown where we try to understand the context, the wordplay. And if you guys are here for it, show some love and let's grow this channel and keep featuring other artists as well. And let me know if you got someone that I should check out.